everyone.
Hi. Long time. Let's see. Has it been?
Yeah,
Feel
a whole
like
week.
it has been. Oh, we did take this. Wait.
It's only been a week.
Okay.
Well, Kamari's lost time, and
Oh, yeah, last
Yikes.
Okay. Yeah.
that's a great intro because this is the 2.8 volume
Wow.
special one.
Very
HyperRaility.
special. HyperRaility.
The real world.
The real world.
The origin of reality.
There's always rail.
Yep.
Can't spell rail without reality. Or can't spell reality without rail. Sorry.
Right.
Which you can though. But I guess let's dive right in. So do you want to sort of explain the I guess
I think you may have to explain it.
I don't think I can. I'll try. So what were we doing? Actually that night I think we were out biking and we came back. We grabbed some food and went back to my place.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just having a casual societal discussion. And there's this company that I'm pretty sure we've mentioned before that, because we've definitely mentioned this
you've made
before.
reference to it.
Yeah. So there's this company that, they hire a lot of people, but their workload is, it's crazy. It's like the work-life balance there is no balance. So it's work and then life. So, pretty much it got to the point where we were just getting ridiculous. And Alec was just like, oh, no.
It led up to it.
It
Like
led up
there
to
were
it.
a couple
We were-
references of the same
So
numbers.
we were talking about how, just in that job in particular, like just getting railed, like physically railed. And it was like the capacity at which you could get railed in different, instances.
Physical amounts.
Yeah. So it was like, take a 6, take a 8, take a 12, 112. Not gonna say that what the numbers mean, but if you should get that if you have a
Yeah.
yeah. But it got to the point where Alec was just like, that person took 2 8s. And, bro, I freaking lost it. Like I haven't. That was like for at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was eating alone for 15
straight
minutes.
dying. And I was on the ground for 15 minutes just like, what the freak just happened? It was hilarious. It just, wow. And my roommate at the time was looking at me crazy. He was probably looking at us crazy. Like, what the freak
Yeah,
are
he
they
had
talking
no
about?
idea what had just gone down. He missed like the first part of the conversation,
Right.
really. So that was where it all began.
But, yeah, and ever since then, it's been this weird type of, reoccurring thing.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
2s and 8s.
So,
I mean, that's what 10%, 10% of the number system. So
yeah.
0 through 9, yeah. So
Shit.
10%
So, yeah, that's a
or
brief,
20%.
Yeah,
2 out of 10.
I was just gonna let you, but
Too bad it's not 28%.
might as well be. But that's sort of a brief, introduction into why 2 8s is, or 28, or whatever the frick you want to go. It's sort of pertinent.
Right.
And this is just really a funny thing. So I'm gonna let the man, the myth, the legend himself. That was dive
Oh,
right
what
in.
yeah.
So this is actually, should we even give what we'll really be going over, or I guess we'll just sort of.
Now we don't have any topics.
Yeah, we only have reality.
Yeah. We're just going to spit reality.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So, go ahead and kick us off. What we hitting first? No pun intended.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna hit us off the best. What's really gonna send us here? I guess this is probably the most brief one of them all. So, recently graduated, and obviously there's a due date at which grades are due. So, prior to this, one of my classes, it was the first of two exams that I had during exam week. So on the Wednesday of exam week, took this exam for this class. And apparently by Friday, the teacher had put the grades in, like officially, like our final class grades into the system. And so we had the deadline extended to change to pass or fail until 11 a.m. the same day that the grades were due for faculty, which was by I think 4 or the end of the business day. So that's, about a week of time in between. And so we were all waiting for him to sort of give us some idea on, what our grades are going to be so that we can decide whether we want to go pass fail or, if we're going to need to use a waiver or something to, because we just get screwed. And this class was really rough. So Monday, because, we decided to give the weekend in case we didn't know what he was doing. And Monday we come back and I go ahead and shoot an email and say, hey, her grades up and whatnot. How did we do? And he says, oh yeah, they've been posted. You can view them here. And then he sends some email out from his other one that just says to all of us in the class, grades for this class are posted. And we're all like, where? Because they're not in the portal that we can view them, and they weren't on Canvas. So go ahead, and I get to the point where just can you tell me my grade, at least personally? And then I, told, all the other guys to just ask. And so he told us the grades, wanted to change it to pass fail because, I'd gotten a passing grade, but I didn't want to, have that in my transcript. So request to get it changed, which was a simple form. And I do that. And then the grades come out the following day and it said that I had a letter grade in the class. But it showed in the portal that my grading type was changed to pass fail. So it's well, that's impossible. So over the next week, I go through this whole thing where apparently the registrar has to fix it manually, and then I didn't know if that was correct, so I reached out to the registrar, and they thought I was trying to dispute a grade, and this whole, toss-up, and apparently it was just a matter of the registrar could fix it, but, yeah, a week later, it finally gets fixed, but I guess that was just his last, the last jab. The last, it was the tip exiting and just being pulled out finally over, the course of a week, slow and painful, just to, that he had to put the grades in early. So type got changed after he had put the grade in. And so that's what went through and they had to go through and change it. What I didn't get was that they were like, oh, we have a lot of grades to go through and change. Okay, but are you doing the graduates first? Because not everyone is going to have grade issues. Mm-hmm. I understand that you made the pass fail for everyone, but the late deadline was only for engineering. So it was there's only so many engineering students that are graduating.
Oh, wow.
You need to make
Let's go.
Yeah, why is it taking so long? Plus, I was oh, well, if it's alphabetical, then I'm still in there, with my last name. But
first. Not first, man.
But yeah, and so then I was curious about when the degree actually gets posted to her transcript, because that was my next question. I still have holds on my account for registering for the next semester, which I'm not. And
I think that shows that's just Like, that's a common theme with
Yeah.
everybody.
I guess, but
Because I still
apparently,
have holds from my graduation, too. Yeah.
yeah, but you're still in school, so that's a little bit different. I mean, you're still
guess.
registered with the school.
But even then, in the time being, I still had like holds like in between that.
Well, yeah, so I found out that the holds don't mean anything because the person was confused when I asked, like, when do the holds go away and when do our degrees actually post to the transcript? And then I get told that they don't post until May 28th. Which I was like, well, of course they don't till May 28th. And, but that's a whole month. Legit. After legitimate graduation, because the date that will get affiliated with us graduating is May 2nd. So I don't understand what could take that long to
they know
review.
What could take that long.
Yeah, the full length of 16.
Yeah.
Stacked. So
you gotta love it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It just seems like they do everything ass backwards.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but it's interesting because people have jobs to go to contingent upon graduation. Some jobs won't even let you come until they, can see that you have actually have a degree. Yeah, some of the contracts are, strict on that. So, waiting a whole month, what if they expect you to leave and go there right after school ends and you still have to wait?
You still
or they could take it away.
Technically.
Right. So I still haven't, technically. So we'll see. If it doesn't come out on the 28th, I'm going to be mighty pissed.
You have no choice but to be.
Because we also don't get our diplomas mailed until that gets posted. So they don't even submit. So then that's another month to 2 months.
Yeah.
So literally not until the fall semester, basically, do we get our diplomas. And they're like, oh, yeah, you get it in summer. Fall.
Yeah.
Fall.
You got to fall to your knees and take this 8.
Yeah. Suck it. Chew it.
That's crazy. Speaking of diplomas, I mean, I didn't get mine because I graduated in the fall, and I didn't get mine till pretty much the end of spring.
Yeah, you just come to us. You're like, yeah, it's weird. I never did get my diploma. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. And I'm like, because, I'm going to try not to throw any shade to my school, but the school I'm at now, we're not the best, I've heard we're not the best, and I personally
if you want to know
the
school, you got to go back and find the right volume.
We do. But I personally don't believe they're the best, faculty-wise. And
nowhere is.
Apparently. And this
which we'll get to.
Right. But it's crazy because, they told us, at graduation, which was mid-December, they were like, yep, diplomas will be mailed February this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And, mail them to your home, make sure the address is right, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Didn't really have anything pressing as far as grades. I pretty much knew I was going to get through. So I was like, okay, I guess I just wait. So, waited, obviously. And the school I'm at is also my hometown, so if it were to be like a mailing issue, it shouldn't take that long because it's, the same area,
Well, they don't print them at the school. You have to remember that.
Oh, they don't?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I'm sure they get it done by a company.
Gotcha.
Puts the seals on, all that fun stuff.
Well, never mind then. But
could be close still.
Yeah. What was I about to say? So, yeah, waiting and just sort of forget about it for a while. And then, finally it sort of comes up because I asked my other buddy who graduated with me. I was like, yo, did you get your diploma? He's like, yeah, I got it, like at least a month ago. And I'm like, oh, no. So, finally, I finally, I mean, a lot of it was on me just being sort of lazy. I tend to push things back. Alec called me the pushback guy the other day. I'm a heavy procrastinator, but I'm trying to putting stuff off, something like that. The God of putting stuff off, put off God. But that was out of I thought they were just gonna mail me my diploma. I didn't think there was anything else on my side that I had to do. So, I email corresponding people and and
I forgot about this part.
Yeah. So it's funny because I emailed them, and first thing they come back with is, "Hello, Mrs. Such and Such," my last name. And I'm just like, all right. So I guess I'm a female today. School has completely emasculated me here. You know what I'm saying? They took my nuts away, nutless. And I guess the hate will do it to you. And they're like, yeah, you have a freaking financial hold in your account, which I was like, I mean, I didn't have any financial holds when I graduated, but I did have a financial hold for my up-and-coming grad school semester, this past semester, spring, because, grad school is a lot, trying to figure that out. But, yeah, so apparently my grad school fees ended up holding me back from getting my diploma. So for undergrad, and this whole time I was just waiting for nothing, and I wasn't informed anything, didn't really see any emails, and
yeah. So someone freaked up.
I freaked up. I'll take blame too. And by the time, I was like, oh, okay. But they were like, oh, your fees are cleared, which I actually, now I think about it, I cleared them maybe a couple weeks ago. So I think weeks before I sent that email now. So at that point, they just had my diploma just
but
sitting there.
But if you said it was for grad school, that doesn't make any sense.
Which, yeah,
shouldn't be contingent upon that. It's a bachelor's.
They just want their money. And, yeah, so that was pretty interesting. Got called a female, and then the lady almost freaked up.
Then the person didn't even help you.
Yeah, the person didn't even help me.
I'm going to throw this ball into that court.
Right, and when he was almost pretty much telling that person what to do, make sure this is right, and blah, blah, blah. When going into that, yeah, so he was like, all right, I can't really do anything. This isn't my jurisdiction. I'm going to forward you to such and such. And I was like, all right. Well, which he ended up not even doing that. He ended up asking her to do it while copying me. And then she's like, oh, yeah, you should be good to go. Is this your address? I almost got my freaking address wrong. Had to confirm that. And I was like, yeah.
Probably a typo. But
hopefully.
On her end, unless she copied and pasted it.
And then she had another typo in it too, where she was like, instead of using two with just one O, I think it was she only used one O, and it should have been two O's, whatever the frick. It was just very, very lackluster.
Wasn't it like the number two? It was spelled. She did
shoot,
TWO.
I got it. Hold on. But yeah, it was just like. Wow, these are the people. These are the people in charge of the big guns.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Helping people out, man.
You know what I'm saying? How many? Ooh, I almost said something so bad.
Helping people to their seats,
which
contain an 8.
How many apes does it take to send a diploma? Just
enough.
8.
Exactly.
So I gotta find this email real quick. Oh my god. Yep, here it is. Your diploma. Okay. Hi, Mrs. My last name. I think. Should I even? There you go. Mrs. First of all, or Miss. Your diploma was not mailed due to a cashier hold that was on your account. Now that the hold has been cleared, your diploma will be mailed on Tuesday. Wait. Was there a your, your diploma was not mailed due to? Oh yeah, she did due. It was DO rather than DUE. That's what it was. And then I was like, came back with the email. I was like, first off, it's I'm a man.
First off, you're wrong.
Wrong. I'm a man.
Exactly wrong.
Second, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you get my freaking address right. Third off, thank you. You know what I'm saying? At least you guys are quick. Yeah, I guess.
Thanks, I guess, for
Right.
doing something. It's time of need.
Yeah, so I'm reading the conversation we had up to that, and it was hilarious. It gets pretty controversial, so I'm not gonna. But yeah, I mean, these schools out here just trying to cause the most dumbest fiascos.
No, they don't even have to try. That's the best part.
Right, and
They just do it.
I remember when you were telling me about when you were trying to get your transcript fixed. The lady just completely didn't even understand what you were trying to say.
Yeah, I made it very clear, and Kamari can attest to it in the email that I sent. Because I read it to him. I was like, so do you understand what I'm trying to do? And he's like, yeah. She comes back with me thinking that I'm trying to dispute my grade. She's like, you have to talk to the professor. And she legit had convinced me because it's this long ass email saying like, you need to do this and then they'll do that. And then this other person will do this. And then the registrar gets it and then we'll fix it. And I was like, okay. And so I emailed the other person that I was talking to back and I said, is this right? Or am I just an asshole? Like...
Both.
And then of course it was the weekend. Enter the weekend.
They were like, bot response, I'm out of there.
No, enter the weekend, no response.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gave you that one response, like, I'm not really understanding your question, so I'm going to give you everything that you think you should know.
This was back to the other person, so I hadn't talked to her in like a day. And so, yeah, have to wait over the weekend, and then she comes back with, no, that's not correct. Your teacher's done everything they need to tell me to be patient again. I was like, I shouldn't have to be patient. Like,
you guys should just be right.
The grades were due, and they fucking came out, and mine aren't.
All right, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing about
it's not the right thing.
Just like you guys should be diligent to...
Right, I'm not going to go in and calculate my GPA, go through and try and figure out what the hell I have. I want to know so that I can put it on my resume and apply to jobs and also give my transcripts out if I need to and them be correct.
Right.
Which now, with a degree, I have to wait until the 28th. So hopefully I don't come across, any that request them or require them
quickly. So.
Yeah.
And this is just the tip of the eight. There's much more that we're about to delve into.
I guess.
Wow. School.
Yeah.
What do you want to get into next?
I guess let's go over the 4 types of professors there are, or at least in engineering school. I don't know if it's true anywhere else, but hopefully people can relate to this because, good Lord, it's got to be true. Well, college at least. I guess it can't really apply to high school or anything like that. But, so I've dwindled it down to there's just 4 types of professors, and you're going to get one of these 4. It's usually one of the 2 shitty ones. Because there's 2 that are closely related, and one's good and one's bad, and then the other 2 are closely related in type, and one's good and one's bad. But then you have 2 good and 2 bad, and somehow the weight of the 2 bads
outweighs
is
so much more,
just like 90%. So I guess let's start with the good because I have no qualms with them. So the first type of teacher is or professor is the one who's gone to college themselves for the intent of educating. They don't necessarily have industry experience, but they understand the subject incredibly well, and they teach a class and it runs smoothly. You know, they know how to get through the material, they know how to convey it to you, they know how to work with you, and you get through just fine. And life is great. Then you have second type, also good, which is the person who has gone to school, but then went into the industry and now has decided to enter back into a school as a professor. And they have this real world experience, but they also just know how to very well explain the material and teach the class, not just, you know, from a real world experience. But then on top of that, you get this knowledge from, you know, the industry that gets applied on top
teacher.
Of. Yeah, pretty much.
That's number one. You
Most
started
all
with number
around.
2.
Huh?
The second best. You started with the second best.
I mean, I don't know. Because you'd be surprised. Some of the... I would say that teachers gone to school... I mean, a lot of them do end up, you know, having a reasonable amount of industry knowledge anyways, it seems like. Like the ones who've just gone to school for teaching. Maybe they don't apply it as much, but, I mean...
Fair.
Anyways. So then jumping into the two that are most prominent. So coming in at, let's see. Well, they're both equally fucking bad. So
just 8 and 8.
So the third type is they're fresh off getting their PhD, but their focus is research. So how do they get more money to do research? Well, they say, hey, I can fucking teach too. So they get to a school and say, yep, I'm going to teach, but I don't give a shit about it, and I want to do research. So teaching is like their side piece, and, well, you certainly fucking know it when you're in the class.
It's just like, here, textbook, this, that, whatever.
Yeah.
Frick off.
Yeah, and then, like, no industry stuff, or unless their research is for it, you know, that's the knowledge that they have.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like a freaking, just a physical textbook. Just like, yes, on you this.
Right.
You read this. Let me just copy everything from the textbook because I don't really care. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they're literally a human textbook.
They're the PowerPoints that you can, like, get from the companies.
Yeah, they're a template. At that
Life
point.
is a template, yeah. And then number 4 is this professor has come from the industry and now teaches, but they can't teach. All they know how to do is application to the real world. And then they struggle, and you as a result struggle getting through all this textbook material that they have to teach you in the class to have a class. So it literally is the lack thereof a class. But they're not. But the worst part is they're not doing anything else. They're just teaching.
Right.
And they can't.
So they got all the time in the world to be trash.
That may actually be the worst one. Yeah. At least the research has an excuse. Like they, you know, they want to do research and you know it. So it's like, all right, you know, it fucking sucks.
Make the world better.
At least we know that you're doing something. But yeah, this one is just like, it's like, what are you doing? You can't teach us. Nothing's getting through, and yeah, that's it. That's all there is.
By the time we get to the real world, we'll probably forget all the stuff you said regardless.
Probably better off than the person, than the teacher. By that point.
Yeah.
More educated.
We just trying to graduate. But
yeah.
They trying to
graduation with agitation, you know? That's how it goes.
Simple. So yeah, I mean, those two, honestly, that tier list just puts it, you hit it right on the hay. Like, I can legit name 4 off just so
I can name
easy.
all of them because they all fit.
And they're all real. Sorry, they're all rail. So.
Yeah, they're all rail.
Well, except
sounds
for
like a southern accent. They're all rail.
Y'all rail. Y'all boys rail over there? Yes, sir. Anyways, yeah, that was cringe. I had to get one in. But, yeah, I mean, these teachers they must be stopped. Especially, the ones with the industry experience, just, And then they're the ones who have so much to say, and then they leave you so screwed. Stories, and all this talk,
anecdotes,
and then
it's like, I remember this one time
I
took this 1-8, and then I took another, and I said, "Fuck you."
And I took 3, and I just said, "Bring it,"
and I innovated, and I said, "I'll take a 3rd."
Right, and then on the test, it's like, "How was the rail designed?"
Yeah,
and you're like, "You didn't tell us that, man. What the fudge?"
You put a 4th rail on there.
I'm telling you,
we were only ready for the 3 you taught us,
right?
Or try to teach us.
Yeah, and he's just like, whatever.
Yeah. You're like, oh, and you thought I was going to curve the class. Oh, no.
Oh, no. They don't curve in the real world.
I can curve this rail, though, if you want an extra spicy fucking.
Legit.
Anyway. Hook it up in there. Fucking carry you around on it. That's basically what they do, bro. You're like a Muppet in there. They get an 8 and they just bend it into a U and they're like, hit. Yeah, look at this kid. I got him right here.
Jeff Railham. Christ. Rail him. Oh my God.
Yep.
And
yeah.
And it sucks because at the time you're like, I probably need to be really absorbing this information, but I have to worry about the school. Like, yeah, this information will be very critical after I get out of school, but I got to get to school first. So it's like, yeah. And then the teachers who are just sort of standoffish, they, like I said, they're just sort of, yeah, here, you're supposed to read this, or yep, this is the assigned reading, or these are your assigned textbook problems. Their notes come straight from the textbook. Everything can be like found online, like online sources. Their homework solutions, which, I mean, that's not bad, but then they'll try and switch it up for the test. They'll actually try and make their own type of problem that they probably don't even know how to solve themselves. And yeah, it's just a mess.
Yep.
There's a lot of teachers who will freak up class examples so bad. Like, I had a teacher who, like, this past semester who, like, there was at least 3 times where she did like 3 in-class examples, like really in-depth, questions, and end up, have
only 3
mistakes. Pretty much. That's the 3
the
times
only time she did examples
attention.
the whole semester.
Legit. And she was category 3, just somebody doing research.
Yep.
And got their PhD, and
that's what they want to do.
And just, this is going on that topic, in that class, the professor actually, okay, so we had a test, right? We had a test for our class, and one of my buddies was taking it, and the question, the question was like, what is your reinforcement? This is civil stuff. What is your reinforcement for, like, your shear reinforcement for this? You know what I'm saying? And, do you need shear reinforcement or not? And the question ended up being, you don't need it, because, like, the beam was strong enough. But my buddy wanted to go above and beyond and be like, you don't need it. But in the real world, you would use this.
Always would use it, right?
Right, regardless, And that professor went so far to, or what's the saying? So far as to even want to go do more like? So far as to even just rip him for even doing that. Took away points just because he decided to use reinforcement. Even though he clearly stated you don't need it. Right,
he gave the answer.
He just he wanted to go above and beyond. And
yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Like, I think only once have I gotten, well, no, I think the whole answer was wrong. But there are many times where, just to be clear, I'll put an answer 2 times in different units. Mm-hmm. just to be sure that like I didn't screw up.
This or that. Like, okay, pounds
Right.
or this
Like,
kips.
Yeah, I've done
Or-
this right. Or, you know, like in physics, you get a lot of really small decimals. So you're dealing with like to the -12 or -15.
All right, so this
so I could
nano
call it a
or this-
femtometer,
Yeah.
or I could call it, I think it's to the 15 is femto.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like just to be sure that I'm clear here. Or if I screwed it up, maybe you'll be nice and say,
All right.
this is right. The abbreviation's wrong, but, you know,
Here.
you did
Just take it.
the actual calculator, you know, output number right.
Right.
Because, you know, the engineering mode, bless. In you know, if anyone who, I won't even get into that. But engineering mode on a calculator is not scientific. So scientific will put it with a, you know, times
All
10
the
to the whatever.
zeros.
Yeah, it'll you know, concise. It'll make the number concise. So it'll usually do like one number, the decimal, and then a lot of decimal places, and then give you a times 10 to the whatever power. But it could be anything. But if you do engineering mode, it knows that you want the increments in order to use like the what's the name of the thing like that comes before a word? The prefix, the prefix of the unit. So, like millimeter, or like, you know, kilometer.
Yeah.
You know,
And
all
they
those kind of
anticipate
things.
that.
And so it always gives you to the power in multiples of 3. So it'll give you like times 10 to the third, 10 to the 6th, 10 to the 9, or -3, -6,
Right.
-9, because they're all abbreviations for those. So that, yeah. Anyways. So if you didn't know that, now you know. There's engineering mode and scientific mode, and engineering mode does that for the convenience of being able to just use then the number and then say like kilo or mega or whatever,
Right.
instead of putting times 10 to the, which is a much more like science-y type thing. But
Right.
yeah, so yeah, that's screwed up.
Very. And
I would have been pissed. I would have gone to argue it and been like, yeah, but it's right.
yeah,
Like,
I was just trying to go above and beyond.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. To actually, God.
Yep. A lot of these professors, man, they don't even realize how much stress and
Yeah, how much pain.
strife they put us through mentally. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Physically.
physically, and that's
It ends up physically manifesting.
Yeah, into the physical.
God. Wild, man.
And it's like, bro, like this person legit has the fate of your, you know, your degree in the
Yeah,
palm of
my
your
one
hand.
professor did.
Yeah, he was
Literally.
just- he
I
was playing with you.
thought we were all fricked.
Yeah.
But, you know. I think I might say it. Yeah, because, well, so I ended up, the class was so bad that I think I had to end up with, I mean, even after the final, I must have ended up with like a 45% in the class, and I got a C.
So what?
So it's like a 25-point curve.
Yeah.
So, also, if you didn't know that, you have to get C's in engineering. D's don't fucking count.
Undergrad.
Undergrad, yep. Kamara out here is super screwed. But
unusual.
it's not, it's, you know, it's not the letters. It's, you know, 3-0.
Yeah,
But still basically, yeah.
because
You get like probably
C's
2
just-
C's, and
it's
then you have to
raps.
get like 4 A's or
all the
5.
rest,
Yeah.
And with these classes, your sanity is going to be an
Yeah.
F, but you, God,
The
A's?
groups 3 and 4 in there, especially the fact they're like, oh, you're a grad student? Oh, that means we don't have to teach. That might be type number 5. It's like, oh, we've realized that you're just superior now, and you know, you can just fucking do everything. We don't need to teach.
Here you go. Just leave you out.
I gave you money.
More money at that.
Yeah, like it goes to the school, but it goes to them.
Right.
So
like more money and less teaching. How does that freaking Where's the correlation in that? You know, they're like
It's a negative one. Is what the correlation is.
Yeah. But where's the sense? I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Well, for you,
teaching is on the Y and money is on the X.
Yeah.
And you got, or in your direction.
Yeah. So.
Gosh.
Yeah, and there's just so many more things about school, and
I'm sure we'll think of them in the next hour and a half.
oh, I can tell you one group projects.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Kamara's experience was particularly dreadful. Mine was fortunately not as bad, and it sort of ended up pretty nice. I can't lie. So.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
Because we did that before. That was one of the early ones.
Very early, yeah.
If you want to hear me in my full negativity form.
I think it might have been one of the first ones.
I think like
it was
3
right around the time.
Or 4.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5. Might have been 8.
Pin up with 8 grade. So.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to hear that, go listen to one of the earlier ones. I'm not going to say, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, that person is anyways, let's not talk about it. But next topic.
Yeah. The last one we have pre-thought of is well, you know, now that we have degrees, obviously we're superior.
Yeah, let's talk
being an engineer.
Let's talk about that.
To everything.
Why? What? Why? Like, I mean, there's some instances where we have sort of ripped other majors, but it's not even.
Yeah, but it's all in good fun. Like there are ups and downs, I would say, probably to every major, and it all depends on the opportunities you get. I mean, it doesn't just depend on the school. So. I mean, you could do engineering and then just flop after. So,
ding, ding, ding.
Get out of here. Yeah. Flops over here. Jeez, what a liar. Anyways, so, yeah. I mean, engineering is important, sure, but so is the medical field.
Else.
So is
food industry is important.
Food. So is teaching. I mean, it might be one of the most important. You know, we need good teachers out here.
Legit.
Otherwise, the generations are gonna go just completely down.
And speaking of teaching, like a lot of parents now have to like teach their children, so they see the freaking the struggle and the
True, yeah, at home right now,
yeah,
probably.
And it's like
Common Core.
Oh man,
that's not even teachers though. That's what government
like Common Core. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, teachers a lot of these things are essential, and you know, us engineers tend to have this sort of superiority complex. And then within the engineering field, or like in the school, there's another superiority within that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have your bottom tier engineers.
Yeah, you have
students.
the subcategories of engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the different types of students?
Majors.
Let's talk about the different types of engineering students real quick.
Yeah.
We could do that. So we have our teachers. Let's talk about the two students. We can talk about
whatever. All right, let's rip some studs.
So one, you have the person who's just all out.
They got close to a 4.0.
Yeah. And
somehow
they're just the smartest kid in the class, man. That just
it's not.
There's only a few in each major. There's like 2 or 3 in each major.
There actually were a lot in my class. I'm not gonna lie. Or there were a couple.
Yeah, like 4 or 5.
It might have been more than that. There was some
8?
like closet. There might have been 8.
The closets.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you have
closet ones.
That's a whole different.
You have the ones that you know, and then the ones that you don't know.
See, our buddy is a closet one.
Yes,
and people wouldn't know that.
You would have to know. Well,
you have to know him.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
He's a
you
closet
can tell if you know him at all, though. You can tell that he's smart, but I guess you wouldn't know if he's doing that well because he also tends to sometimes have the attitude like, man,
that was tough.
and sometimes, it doesn't end up that well, even for that kind of person, but rarely, but it does happen. And at that point, it's like, man, it doesn't matter
Legit.
at the end of the day.
For
and
them,
so,
boy.
right. Well, yeah, but at the same time, there's still that attitude. It's like, it is just school. So I guess there's that as well, that you have the tryhards who are like really the tryhards, and then you also have the tryhards who also they understand like where they're at. Like it's school.
All right.
Like, it's not the end of the planet if something happens. So
then you got just the middle student who's sort of floating around, just trying to get in, get out, and just and there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
So
maybe be like, yo,
I'm saying,
here and there,
hey,
but
man.
not like relying on it. Yeah. Maybe be like, hey, man, you wanna,
right?
But for the most part, just trying to get through it.
Yeah.
I mean, work with people, of course. That's engineering. Literally, is all about collaboration.
Legit.
On just whatever is allowed. And I mean, they even promote it. A lot of teachers do. They're like, yeah, work through this with friends. I mean, half the time you end up with a good group, like us at, community college, where you end up, you don't get something, someone else in the group understands it, they explain it, they learn it better, and then you also learn it. It's a win-win. So
legit.
And then we get down to the sewer tier where
the sewage.
Yeah, the seepage is just floating around the school like the fucking pink grime from Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just bringing everyone down, and you can feel it whenever they enter. Mm-hmm. They're just sucking you off for everything.
Yep.
Bro, you got any homework?
I mean, hey, man. Hey, you got the... I need the homework right now.
And it was like you had to... Sometimes you gave in, but you had to be one of those people that like gave in once and then just fucking never even look at them, because otherwise they'll be like,
I need it.
Oh,
it'd be a homework
this
crack
is the
at
one.
It. Yeah.
He's the one.
I need my fix, man. Let's do it 12. I need it. It's 10:59.
11:58.
Come on. Ha! I gotta cheat out, man. Come on. I need you. You're supposed to do this for me, and then you
in a backwards sort of way, you are then one of their eights.
Yeah. They're just like,
because they're just getting it, and then they're not getting it.
All right, and you're like,
school,
wow.
So it's just
I should let this person
through.
Yeah, you're like, dang, I should not let this person.
And it's funny because some people you see a transformation. Some start there and end up at the top, and some start at the top and end up there.
Who?
Or some people fluctuate through time. You get them in the right class, and it's like, no, but I've seen people take a dive, and they sort of just end up at the bottom. There are a couple people I know got like left behind who like were on track, and then it's just like you never fucking saw them again. But you do around. You see them around, and it's like,
where are you at?
You're in none of my classes right now, and I'm 2 semesters ahead of where we were. So
you must have switched
that means
your
you're
major.
at least still a semester behind, or you switch a major to another engineering one, which doesn't make sense.
Right.
But
just get out.
yeah, there were some kids. I know someone who must have dropped out, did something else, probably business. And yeah, I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah, so there's that, and then there's also like the between the majors qualms for whatever the fuck reason.
Oh yeah.
Even teachers would make jokes about it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, it's civils, or oh, it's electricals. Like, what?
I guess I'll just make the world a freaking better place.
Yeah,
together.
what are we? We're all trying to do something different, so why the fuck does it matter?
I remember the one meme was that was in the group chat where it was like civil engineers, and it just had this kid playing with Legos or something. That was funny, and I was like, all right, I feel it.
Yeah. Or there was another one that was Like civil engineers are building the things that get destroyed by half of the other.
Yeah, everybody else. Legit.
Like
We were talking
from
about that at work
defense.
the other day. Like, my boss was like, "Yeah, I mean, this little
So
kid."
you're always gonna have a job.
Yeah.
If shit keeps getting destroyed,
And you too.
you're gonna have to build.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we just shook hands.
Yeah, great.
You destroy me, I build myself back up for you to
listen.
destroy.
Yeah,
Destroy, build, destroy.
it's a circle of 8.
But legit, this kid came into work and he was like, "I want to be mechanical." And my boss was like, "Oh yeah, I mean, well, those are the guys who destroy what we do." You know what I'm saying? On it. And I'm like, yeah.
You've probably seen that before.
Yeah.
Probably seen that meme.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, yeah. I mean, what does it destroy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without us.
We have to make that one meme the cover.
No. Yeah. You're right.
I don't even know. That may be illegal.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways, as much as I would like to, but yeah.
Oh yeah, and then like just going back to like the type of students, whenever you have all of them in one group, like each top tier in one group.
Yeah, you're supposed to have engineering roles in the group. What you end up having is personality roles.
Yeah, you got the person who just puts the team on their back, which you got the person, just do what they have to do, their part. You know what I'm saying?
But they communicate terribly.
Right. And then you have the person who, tries to be there and, actually, but still is not going to go
not doing anything. Not really. It seems like they are, but you eventually realize that they haven't done anything.
The person who, somewhat seems to care but won't do, still doesn't care enough to the point where they're not going to do much more than what they asked.
Oh, right.
So it's sort of that middle one. Then you have the middle one who doesn't really communicate well, like you said. And then you have the bottom tier where it's just like that person's not doing nothing or they're cheating.
Don't even really want to be in engineering, apparently.
Yeah, they just want the degree. And they want the bragging rights.
They want the degree. They got something lined up after. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Very plastic type of attitude. That didn't make sense. That was a jab. But anyway, I don't give a frick. But yeah, it's just a recipe for disaster. It really is. And the worst part is everybody gets through, for the most part.
I'd love to know the people that didn't. I want a list for my class. I just want to know.
You're like, dang, he ain't get
who didn't.
fudge.
Yep, knew it.
You're like,
Just be like, yep. That's weird. Yep.
Legit though. And it's just like, bro, you got the teachers, you just don't teach, then you got the students, and just don't give a frick, or who just frick up the curve, the brilliant ones who just frick the curve up.
Yep.
And then you got Chegg, the savior.
And now no one can ever cheat again.
Right.
It's been.
And then the actual
exposed.
Right. And then the work is just like its own demon itself. That's just the
Yeah.
so but
It's like, how long can you ignore it
legit.
before you do it?
Right. And
Or do it, in quotes.
so
Learn it.
anyways, yeah, it's a heck of a experience.
Yeah, you should try it.
Should. Maybe you could be that type of person.
Just do
inspire
business and
change.
fucking figure out what you want to do. Honestly. That's like, I'll never forget the one time we were working on a project for Mechanical Systems 1. It was the tennis ball machine.
Okay.
If you remember,
I
the
remember.
name that we made it, Serve Me More.
Okay. Yeah.
They try to get some brownie points there with the professor. And it was actually, it was good. It was thorough. Our final thing looked great. And we actually got an A on our final report because we had a top tier group because we got to choose. So it was
Yep.
it was me, our buddy, another friend, and then I think we had a fourth. Yeah, we had a fourth. Oh, yeah, another kid with my name. I think you had met him maybe once
It's
in passing. But anyways, so, yeah, the four of us. So it was a group. We all like to goof off, but we all could get work done, all know each other well. And we're sitting in the hallway. And at this point during the year, they were doing tours. So group comes by and they're walking by when we're trying to come up with concepts or something for a part of this machine. And we were getting to the point where we were just like, yeah, we may have to quit for the day. It was just getting too much. And so the tour guide was right behind one of the guys. And he's just... He's looking at us and he's like, don't do it. And the group is right behind him. He's just trying to say don't do it. And the person who was giving the tour is like, I heard that. And we freaking lost it, Rogan. He was saying it sort of loud. Man, it was just the funniest thing. I was so glad that she heard it. We lost it, man. Because he was just like, don't do it.
Yeah, and
because she's telling about how great the college is and all this stuff.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, wow. So we've had the same stories within our, my major, my buddies and that, but they never heard us.
Oh no,
that's why
that was the one time.
That's why
she heard, and it was a younger girl who was doing it. So she gave a chuckle.
Yeah,
okay. She knew that. It was all in good fun, but at the same time, it had a lot of seriousness behind it. Because that was, I'm trying to think of some of the other classes we had at that point, but I think that was a rough semester. Just that class in general was, I barely passed that one, and a lot of people were in the same. Yeah. So, yeah. Jeez, this has become all about school. It has been. It has all been so far. Yep. And that's really what it is. Jeez.
This could be HyperRaility Part 1, School Edition.
Yeah, we'll come back in 10 years and make a work one.
Work edition. It's going to be a lot like school. Relatively.
It's very possible. Unless something crazy happens or you just end up in that one place. But I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's nutty. It is very nutty.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I think now would be a good time to insert the hate talk. So, we had talked about this a couple volumes back.
H8.
Yeah.
Because I have the HC talks.
Right.
And I was like,
Well, you suggested it. You were like, oh, you can do that. Just make talks when you're driving about, all the garbage that's on the road. And so, well, what do you know? We'll drive back up here and, here's the debut.
Hope you hate it.
All right. Let me just start with a brief disclaimer. If you don't like swearing, I apologize. But I tend to use it freely, so just putting it out there. If you don't want to listen, fucking shut it off right now. Anyways, so this will be the first, I can't remember the fucking name we were going to use for this. Maybe it was Hate Talk, H8. Whatever. These take place on the road. And this is my qualms with with friggin' idiots driving cars. Just it shouldn't happen. And yeah, you may say, Alec, why would you call it a hate talk? Hate's a terrible word. We must dislike. And I say to that, fuck it. There is hate in the world, and yeah, you're gonna have to deal with it. Not that I don't know who the fuck's driving these cars, so I can't hate you individually. I guess there's that on the bright side if you're, eternal optimist. But yeah, so let's begin with driving on the highway. Currently driving on the highway. These will all take place in the car, so I have fresh pent up. Or not pent up, just getting it out, just letting it all out. But yeah, so people drive like like fucking imbeciles in the left lane. And I made a discovery today that people tend to not realize that they just assume that they can become completely oblivious to being in the left lane when they are not alone in the car. So we had two guys, right, in like a Ford Transit Micro, or whatever the fuck it's called. It's like a Ford Transit, but, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids guy took the shrink ray and just put it on there, and now you have a Toyota Yaris-sized Ford Transit van. Anyways, yeah, so driving in the left lane. And you know how when you drive in on like a 2-lane road and you get the one guy that's just cruising in the right lane, he feels like he's doing nothing wrong, but he's really fluctuating speed like a motherfucker. And then you get the guy in the left lane that's just there, and you have a roadblock, a full-on roadblock, no cops or anything, just you can't get through. They're just like, yep, we're just living our lives, don't give a fuck about anyone else. But yeah, so this guy in the transit van just chilling in the left lane, doing like, I don't know, 68, which is just enough to piss you off. Just slow enough to be like, yeah, you should be in the right lane. And get it behind him. And of course, you got the roadblock guy in the right, so I'm waiting for this guy to speed up just enough so that I can squeak around the right of him, because he doesn't get the fucking idea that I'm riding his ass, that he should, move out of the way. And, yeah, so I finally get around him, and it's these two guys who look like they're in a fucking road trip in a Ford Transit Micro, maybe for a job or something. But just two dudes. The one of them's got headphones in. I think it might have been the driver, which may be part of the issue there. We'll touch on that in a second. But, they got like Burger King bag. Who the fuck eats at Burger King anyways? They got those bags like strewn up on the dashboard. I don't know what kind of asshole keeps stuff up on the dashboard like that, because I don't know how you're supposed to see. But yeah, so that's going on, and fucking getting sidetracked by other idiots here. Yeah, so pull around, and it doesn't make any sense. And always when you get it behind them, it seems like they tend to slow down, and then the guy in the right starts coming back up to close the spot that you can like squeak through to pass on the right, which is completely illegal. But it's illegal that he's in the left lane holding everyone up. So that's another thing. I think that cops should spend more time pulling people over for going slow in the left lane. I've seen a video of this cop just starts tailing this guy in the left lane. And you would think that the guy in the left lane, fucking moves over, because he's supposed to move over for first responders anyways, so they can get through. But, he doesn't move over, so the cop, puts his lights on like he's going to pull him over, moves him all the way across 4 lanes on the highway over to the right, and then fucking shuts his lights off and goes around like nothing happened. That guy's a hero. He is a true American hero. And, yeah. So, more cops should definitely do that. You see all these state troopers sitting over on the side of the road, and I get it. Most of them are probably doing paperwork, and they're just, seeing if anyone's going like 100 on the highway. yeah, so they should just pay more attention to, people fucking everyone's flow up. There can be a flow to everything, but there's always going to be some idiot who doesn't think that it's their job to be part of humanity. They just got their own little planet. Their windscreen is a fucking TV screen to them. They don't have to look anywhere else. They got a rear view mirror, side view, back windows, side windows. That doesn't exist. They just got the one windshield. They're focused forward and never looking back. And they think that they can just survive that way. So, yeah, that's fucked. And, and then let's touch on the headphone thing while we're here. So, that's another thing. I get that it's hard to not see into cars, when you're driving by them, but I've picked out plenty of people that are wearing headphones while driving. That's illegal. If you don't have a sound system, well, fucking boo-hoo. Put a Bluetooth speaker in your car, or actually, pony up the dough to get a new sound system, or replace that one fucked speaker that's like rattling when you play some song. And just don't wear fucking headphones when you drive, because you can't hear shit. I don't care if I have it turned down enough as to where I can hear everything around me. If that's the argument, oh god, that's just the typical Jesus. And then another thing, so I just passed a cop in the median. I'm going about 78, which I would say is reasonable. You get most cops, like to cruise. I had a buddy who was a state trooper for a while, and he's like, yeah, most cops cruise at like 80 to 85 because, they want to see some new land. They want to, see some new cars, some new territory. So, they're going to whip by so that they can, patrol some different plates and shit. But why is it that everyone, their dick shrinks like 5 inches, and they're like, oh, he's gonna pull me over if I'm doing 70.1. Like, no, dude, just fucking everyone else is doing 75, but when you slow down to 70 and everyone's doing 78, you look more suspect. Like, they're probably more likely to pull you over. They're just gonna say, oh shit, he's probably smoking weed, so he's like extra cautious of the speed limit. So just go with the flow is the main idea. Just, if people are going 80, fucking go 80. They're gonna have to pick one if they really want to pull someone over. They'd be like, alright, this fucker, because he's driving a Dodge or something, can't dodge my car. But, so, anyways, I guess I'll wrap it up. That's been, reasonable. 8 minutes. Oh, just hit the 9. I thought I was about to say, ended on a nice 8. So, that's been the first hate talk, or whatever we're going to call it. I'll come back next time with the name, because I fucking forgot. But, we'll have to put this in volume 28. Hopefully this should be in. And, this will be a nice segment. This is going to be a meaty volume. Just a 2/8 special. Jeez. So, in light of assuming that this will be in volume 28, I'll go ahead and say that enjoy the rest of this podcast. And I hope you've enjoyed this first talk, and I hope you can relate. I hope you yourself are not one of the fuckheads on the road, and that you can, you are a good driver. You can multitask while you're driving. You know what the fuck's going on. You pay attention to everything. You can maneuver through cars. You're not just one of the adults that just, is just dysfunctional in a vehicle. So, anyways, yes, we'll get back to it. And it's been great. See you for the next one. All right. So, what to talk about now?
It's too much, but then it's like, it's too much. And then to confidential. Okay, if we could name drop, which we can, but if we were that savage, you know what I'm saying? Man. But what was another thing that sort of, I guess, time, like, ever since this, pandemic, a lot of teachers are trying to jam stuff on the weekdays or the weekends.
Yeah, for you.
For me.
That's
And
bizarre, man. Doing like tests over the weekend. That's fucked. If you're the professor that's doing that, stop.
Right, and especially because, like, grad school, they're like, yeah, we understand you're working full time, so here, have this on the weekend.
Yeah, but you chose to do grad school,
right,
was my point.
Me.
It's like, everyone chose to be in school right now, so who cares? School happens during the week, so does work. Big deal. The weekends are for rest.
Legit, not that semester. And it was getting nuts. And I mean, a lot of weekends were, even undergrad, a lot of weekends were just, there were notable weekends where it's just like, nope, gotta go to the school all day or gotta. So at that point, you're just 7 days a week, just on edge. All this stuff thrown at you, and it's like, you question it a lot. Dang near every day, you're just like, is this it? And the question is, or the answer is, well, I'll leave that up to you. But it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, 8 days a week, you're getting railed. 8, I said. And it's just crazy. I mean, all these, another thing, teachers don't understand that there are other teachers just like you and wanting to assign stuff. So a lot of the times, just got fricked. Like, oh, yep, got 4 tests today and 2 assignments due, just because the teacher's like, you need to spend this amount of time outside of my class. Says every teacher when you're taking 4 classes.
No one's doing it.
Just, right, and you're like, are y'all just really trying to tear me apart?
Yeah, when will they understand that there's not that much time in the week? It's
right.
like, yeah, you need to spend 5 days on this, and it's like, okay, well, I also have to spend 5 days on the other 4 classes, and we have 2 projects that we have to get done somewhere in the meantime.
Right.
So it's like, even with weekends, what do you expect us to do? Like, even with the weekend isn't enough time.
Literally. And it's like,
is that what? How many hours in a week? 24 times 5 is like, it's 120. Right?
20 times.
Yeah, 24 times 5. Oh, 120, 140.
Oh, it's calculated for
20 times 5 and 4 times 5, right?
Yeah, 20 and then 4.
Yeah, so 120.
Yeah.
Plus 48. So 168 in a week.
Yeah, that sounds right.
168 hours in the week, minus what, say 9 a night of sleep. So that's minus 56. So you're down to 112.
Yeah.
If you have 4 classes, that's like 2 every other day. So maybe
that's 8 hours a week.
So 8 hours.
Oh wait.
Or no, it'd be 16. Or
wait, 2 classes.
If you have 4 classes.
Okay, yeah. So that's 16. Because what, 2 hours each day.
Or no, maybe it is only 8.
Yeah, that would be 8.
Or it's more than 8 because I mean the classes are over an hour. But so we'll say 10. So now you're down to 102. Yeah. Got to eat. It's a couple hours out of the day, unless you're getting fast food, which most people end up doing.
Got to shower.
Yep, gotta be alive,
Hygiene.
Be awake,
yeah,
energy, exercise,
also
and then do the work.
And then there's also those who work
True.
outside
Work.
of school.
Yeah, that cuts out like say 25 hours or 15 to 25 a week. I mean,
Let's
now you're
say-
down to like 50, which is not a lot. It's not a lot. It takes like, if you have a homework assignment per class per week and a project, like each homework assignment, I mean,
2,
geez,
3,
some of them would
4.
take 3 to 5 hours.
You'd be like, bruh.
So at 3 at the minimum is times 5, 15. So you're down to 35. And then, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, it all gets taken up. It all gets taken up.
And then, like, that's 3 hours actually doing the homework. You got to take into consideration understanding the homework. That's like an hour or two in itself.
True.
And then you got to take into consideration the hour and two.
Travel time to and from school.
Yep. You got to take into consideration the time where you're just like, I'm taking a break from this.
Yep.
That's more hours. We're not even going to say how many hours.
Oh,
that
and then
is.
guess what we forgot about? Free time.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
Well, it does.
Social life.
Should. It does in instances, but
Yeah, because you make it.
yeah, and then
You
I'm
make everything else
sacrificing.
slack,
Yeah, somewhere.
It's like, I'm going to spend 5 hours today in social life. And then guess what? I get 0.5 to do homework.
And then you get 0.5% on the homework. And you're like, what the fudge?
Even with JEG.
Right. Jeez. So, yeah, I mean, so crazy. I'm getting a headache just thinking about the times now. Oh, man.
It's actually exhausting.
Legit. Oh, man. And then our school, like, the environment was just, you'd see the same people. It was almost like a prison, man. How it's set
I feel
up.
like a lot of schools are. But yeah, sort of.
Stuff wasn't cleaned. I'm opening all the gates so Alex, because Alex, after he graduated, he just dumped it aside. Now that eye is starting to open back again. He sniffed the black mark. I see Jesus. But yeah,
I should have done that when I was there, maybe to get my mind off it. Oh God, just saw Jesus' eyes.
Oh man, but yeah, like stuff would be filthy, and I think one time.
God, yeah, the fucking computers, man. The one thing the janitors didn't. Oh no, I'm sorry. I finally asked one time. It was like, oh yeah, the computing services, takes care of cleaning the mice and keyboards. I was
No,
like,
they don't.
that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. They do not clean. They're like, yeah, they're supposed to clean at least once a week. I'm like, if it's that,
right.
then
We're gonna have to up it to 18 times a week.
yeah.
Cause
We're gonna have to upgrade to they do a sweep and then the janitors do a sweep as well.
3 times a day.
Christ, man. It was like the dirtiest shit in the whole school and everyone's using it. Even creeping it, like coming up on, the part where we left school and, the whole virus thing. It was like, you still gonna leave this unclean like this? I was like
That's the
literally,
coronavirus.
you don't care.
Coronavirus.
I see
it's
it.
in there.
It's jumping around on that key. It's jumping around on the F key.
On the 8 key.
Yeah, I see it. God.
Nobody's gonna clean
Jumping
me.
between the 2 and 8. Those are the trampoline keys. It's like, hey.
You're not gonna catch me, buddy.
Yeah. Wait till you put your hand there. Ah, gotcha.
For real. Jeez. Yeah.
Oh, you gonna go eat some food now?
Oh, I'm in you. Like the 8. Yeah. But yeah, like
There it is. You had the 1-8, and that's the second. Double penetration from both ends.
Yeah, it was just like, oh man. And another thing, like, you just don't realize, you get there like early mornings, and if you had class all day, you'd leave, and then homework, you'd leave, late night, so you wouldn't even really see the sun sometimes. And you just go in.
Yeah, that's true. I remember, you
Relatively
just work
gloomy.
there. Even if the sun's out, you're in like the atrium, it just
It's not enough.
whoop,
Yeah.
goes away. And then you still walk out in the darkness.
Yeah, the walk to the car was just
Darkness and the cold in the winter.
And then you're like, you didn't even get your assignment done, and there's more to do at home. And you're just like, what am I really escaping from? I gotta do
Nothing.
You gotta do this at home anyway. I need to change the scenery and sleep, actually.
The chains are dragging behind you as you walk to the car. You're like fucking
crawling.
Jacob Marley, just like, ugh, ugh.
It's like, yep. I was crying on the inside. I remember one time I had a test or something. I planned to go real early at like 5. And we both ended up seeing each other.
Yeah,
just
I was there for thermal fluids. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what the fuck's about to happen.
Yeah,
and then,
it's like,
yeah, I was there. I think I did get there. Because what time? Yeah, that exam must have been. How early
8?
was it? No, was it a final? No, it wasn't a final. Was it? I don't know, but it was.
It was finals, bro.
Was it finals? Yeah, it was like 7.
We had the 7:30 final. Yeah,
7:30 exam. Yep. So I was there at like 5. Yeah, I got up at like 4. I was like, fuck my life. Made some coffee. Got there. Was just studying this stuff, looking over it as if it was going to magically, like, absorb. Yeah.
Then I show up. I'm like, wow, great rails think alike.
Yeah, look at that. It's funny because I actually did well on that exam.
I don't even remember what exam that was for me.
Yeah, everyone was really nervous about that one, but it was, it wasn't that bad actually. And it was like that class sort of went backwards for me because I'd done not that great on the first exam, and then I did a lot better than like most people on the second exam. Then we had the final, so I was like, I went in confident, some of this it was going to be from the whole semester and a little bit of new stuff, and I was good.
True.
But
yeah,
he graded that shit fast too. It was like later that day. Him and the TAs just jumped on it. Every exam, he was the one where, like, the same day. It was all written, though. So.
Oh, man, I had a teacher like that, too.
Yeah, in the afternoon, it was just like, assignment has been created. I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
Great, it's been entered.
I'm still in class. Come on, man.
Do I want a good weekend or do I want a shit weekend?
I'll go with the fecal. F. You're like, oh, wow, that's what the F stands for, fecal.
The other thing is, like, the other worst part about it is only 1 out of, like, even this semester, 1 out of 4 classes that I had actually had the grading system laid out so you knew the grade currently. The rest of the teachers were like, oh, yeah, we'll put grades in as we please, but, they're also not going to be weighted when we put them in, so you have to do all the fucking math. It's like, well, what's the point? Because we're not done. I'm not going to calculate my grade and we're 50% of the way through and be like, legit. Wow, I have 27. Like,
yeah. And that freaked me in one of my classes, one of the classes I got a C in. He put it in, and I just didn't understand if it was weighted or not, so I was like, I got an A, and then I emailed the teacher, and he was like, no, you actually got a C in the class. And I'm like,
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm also living proof that you can sleep through an exam and still pass a class, and also get a 10% in an exam and still pass a class.
And you got 0% in the class, or a test, too.
Yeah, there you go. So you can do anything, folks.
Yeah, that 0 on a test. Then a 5 on the next one. Or no, 5 on the one before, and then 0. And it was crazy because this is this weird elective, and those electives, man.
The electives were what came out, and we're like, oh, you decided to take me, did you?
Hey, I'm going to take you. and bro, it was crazy because, like, I think the first exam I got a 30 on. And then I'm like, okay. And then my classmates were like, yeah, he's just like this. You're going to get a curve. So I'm like, all right.
It doesn't make sense. Like, that will never make sense to me.
Yeah. Next test got a 5. And then I saw a girl get a 0, and I laughed to myself. I was like, she got a 0.
How did you know?
Next test, I got a freaking 0, and then ended up with a B. So, like, All right.
Oh my god!
So
Yeah,
legit-
there's just so many different methods of going about it. I swear.
Like,
That's
why would you
another
put
thing,
somebody
grading.
through?
Doesn't make any sense. Like one class you could have, like for example, I had one. He's like, everyone in the class is gonna get a B. If you don't put in as much effort, bump you down to a C. If you put in more effort, you get an A. But everyone passes. It's like, why
Thank
the
you.
fuck am I here? Just let me, skip and I'll go to the end and we'll be fine.
All right.
Do something on the tests. Pretend like I, did whatever. But it's like no, and then you get guilt tripped into being there. It's like, well, yeah, I guess I got to learn, even though you just told me that I'm passing, before we even started.
Yep.
And then you get the ones that are just automatically curved to oblivion, at the beginning on the syllabus.
Yep.
Like one that I just had,
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
where it's like you can get a 50 and still get a D. It's like, oh, okay. An A is from 100 to a 86, and it just keeps curving down from there.
Mm-hmm.
And or you get the ones where you just in the dark and percentages of weights of things change.
Everything happens
And-
behind closed doors.
Oh
You're
no,
just
we
like-
knew about it, but it's just like we're going along, and it's like, oh yeah, do you think we should do another one of these? It's like you're teaching us. Like, don't ask, what are we gonna do? Like, yeah,
We know
yes,
nothing.
we want more credit, and what you're gonna do with that, we don't
we
even
don't know, but just
So it could make
get
no
us
difference.
through. Yeah.
Yeah, just
You want more assignment? You're like,
do you want an extra quiz? Is it gonna help us? I don't know. Okay, well, sure. Whatever to get more grades in the fucking book, I guess.
yeah.
To show us that we give a shit. Or, to show you that we give a shit. We'll do more work, all right? Fine.
Legit.
We'll show that we're trying, ish.
He just transcended. Oh my god. It's like he's telling his war stories and PTSD.
Literally.
He's just like, oh, I'm getting back into it. He's like, I got a test tomorrow. I got something tomorrow I gotta do. Oh my god. I set the top test. I gotta do. It's like, he's getting heavy on the breath. He's just like,
Do we see pass on the board?
yeah.
No.
No. Legit. Man. Wow. I haven't experienced that, Alec, in a while. Like, been around that, and I just felt that energy.
Yeah, I brought the whole finals week back.
Just like,
And my heart's doing like.
just
Yeah, it's like doing its own fucking rap session.
Legit.
It's like, hey, we putting down a break beat right now, so
So,
you're gonna have to deal with it.
oh, you said electronic now?
You just got like 7 more days. 7 more days, and we'll be back to boom boom, a boom boom, a boom boom.
boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So,
Yeah, so, and that's a little hint to the physical manifestation. Literally, fucking happens. So,
it does.
my next tattoo, Survivor. Christ, I'm gonna make some. I might have Hector come up with something cool just because he does the sketches. I might have to be
Gotcha.
like,
Yeah,
you got to make something really witty. I'll get it. I will do it. If it's nice, I might do it.
I feel it.
So
Wow.
that would be hella meaningful. Look, I'm back on that. Just laugh.
Just look at your phone and be like, yeah.
Yeah, or wherever it is. Maybe it's like slightly out of sight, like shoulder or something, so I gotta look over and be like, son of a bitch.
I hate you, but I love it.
Old pal.
Yep. Just get like an 8 somewhere. It's just,
When I'm 80, my skin will be flappy. I can just stretch it over. Ah, look at
there
that.
it is. Would you look at that? Just
I
open it
remember
up.
those days.
There it is. Y'all want to see something cool, kids? Wet.
Might just get the number 8
Yeah.
just to know.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I think we should stop before Alec
Maybe.
gets fully.
Yeah. I think Kimari
Immersed.
senses an aneurysm.
Yeah. I would just put his head straight down on the table. I'm getting PTSD, so it's been real. Sorry, rail.
Yeah, it's been rail out here. But
We
yeah,
can make
thanks for joining us.
HyperRaility
Yeah.
a series. We can make it a series.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. This is going to be a long ass title. It's going to be a small font.
Eight font.
Yeah.
But
I may have to. Just as the inside joke. No one will know.
unless you
Size 8
unless you
font.
make it this far.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That being said,
Yeah, hope everyone enjoyed this week. And,
stay Hyper 8.